The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, and markets pulling on back. We got the S&P down 6.75. We have the Nasdaq down 15. The Russell is down 8.6. The Dow's down 11 with gold down 8.8. Silver is currently down 1.4%, and copper is down 1.82%. Looking on over at oil, it is currently down 62 cents on the day. After that big move yesterday, we got corn down 4.5 points and soybeans up 10.75. The euro dollar is up 12 pips with the pound dollar at 53. Aussie dollar is currently down 9 pips. We got the euro yen down $1.56, pound yen down $1.54, US yen down $1.38, US Canadian down 36, along with US franc is down 22. And U.S. yen's just been moving like crazy after the news and everything else that came out. And there's some, wild volatility going on there. And let's catch up and check out everything that's going on. By the way, make sure, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hop on over to TFNN.com and register. If you're out there, in the New England area, or you're going to be in the area, on May 11th, we're going to be in Boston. And so going over there, click on that banner right there and make sure you register and save your spot. It is free. We're doing the Dynamic Trading Strategy Series Workshop. We've done this in Colorado, California. We've done it out in Florida. And so now coming on out to Massachusetts, getting everything knocked out, and we're looking forward to seeing y'all there. And Tommy O'Brien's going to be out there talking about trade setups and put it all together. I'm going to talk about binaries, spreads, deviations. I'm also going to go into the diagnostic trading method and how I look at certain things in the market, what I do to be one step ahead in my trades. And then we're going to give away over $3,000 in prizes that Nadex is giving away. And so just a lot of great information. Whatever you like to trade, you're going to be able to benefit from this because there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I recommend that you definitely register and grab your seat while you can. And, we have to make sure we reserve those spots. We have the spots available. So you do have to just register to take advantage of it. And then once you've done that, if you want to learn more about Nadex, hop over, click on the Nadex banner on TFNN. Click on Create Account, and you can get a live account. It's only $100 to fund a live account. You can get a demo account just by clicking on Our Products Demo. Put in your username, first name, last name, phone number, email address, and click Apply for Demo. And about 5 seconds later, you'll get an email, and you can log in, and you can access it. And so just, want to make sure that you understand how to get access to that demo, how that works. And if you do that, then you'll be able to start trading along. And if you want to know how to get a demo account extended, just email me. My email's over there on the website on TFNN. And I'd be glad to let you know, how to get your demo extended. They give you 2 weeks, and there's a way to actually get 12 months on that demo. And you can get it extended even further. So, again, just let me know. So that way you don't have to have just 2 weeks and then it's gone. And but I'd be happy to help you out. And then if you're wanting to go how do I trade this thing? How does this work? Well, hop on back over to the homepage on TFNN, and you can go over and check out the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer. Click on that. And actually, this isn't just the analyzer. This is trading on binaries, trading on spreads. It's the live analyzer, which calculates everything for you that you need to know about spreads. How far is it to break even? How, what's the risk? What's the reward? What's the risk-reward ratio? How long is there to expiration? And you can get 30 spreads and narrow it down to 1 or 2 in a matter of seconds. It helps you build, straddles and strangles and all sorts of different things like that you want to do. And so there's just a lot of things that you can take advantage of over there with Nadex, and you want to make sure you have all the pieces put together correctly because it can be a little bit intimidating whenever you're first starting. So, just want to make sure you know how to do that, how to take advantage of it. But all those pieces over there for you on TFNN. And so with that, let's check out the news and see what is going on. All right, well, right now, like I said, we had the yen announcements come out. I talked about that. I was like, hey, be ready. Okay. So, and I even went into what time we expected the news announcement to come out. And let's see how accurate we were, right on the money. So I basically, yeah, with 12:35. And so I basically said, you know, somewhere between, 11:30 and 12:40 has been, or the historical time. So they came out, they released that information, and their monetary policy statement came out right there at 12:35. And then let's see here, that was it. That was the trade coming out. And so you could have hopped in around. I said, 11:15 about the latest you want to hop in. And there's a variety of different expiration times that you could take advantage of to do the trade. And they released their information, obviously. And it has everything they're doing right now. And people are just trying to figure out what credibility is there, with all these forecasts and how are things going. And they're going to go in, on their inflation targets and how they're going to hit their targets. And everybody's just sort of standing back and watching, is this ongoing, continued failed experiment of the Japanese yen going to work or not? And I guess we're going to find out one way or another, right? So if we go on over here, let me see, pull it up, and we can just look at just the announcements that have come out and how it affected sort of the three main yen pairs there. And let me open that right there. And there we go. And so we can see, like last night when that announcement came out, you just saw the yen just tumble down and just keep going. And I'm right there on the pound yen, and I'll bring this one on down for 5 minutes. Same thing over here. Came in and just slammed it. US yen, I mean, it gapped on this one, on the US yen. I mean, it just flew. And after the massive run, and I mean, it could really go. I mean, this thing could really, really move further south. Now, I'm more of a, a lot of times I like to do intraday trading. I like to close my positions out and have them done. But yeah, so a lot of companies, if they're not hedging their positions, and most companies do, that's actually a large percentage of institutional commercial FX, is they have whole divisions that their job literally is currency management for international business. So they're going in and they're balancing out contracts and everything else. And so they actually have, like, huge international companies have an FX department, and basically knowing, okay, how much are we long and short each currency, and how can we neutralize that? So, and what obligations do we have in what currency? How can we neutralize? If I know I have to deliver this, and I told them I'll sell them this, these cars for this much money, and I quoted it in dollars, and I have to pay all my expenses in yen because I'm in Japan, then that means I'm going to be, I need to go in and actually go, okay, well, I'm going to have to deliver that, so I'm going to have to go in and do the opposite in the currency market just to lock it in. Now, I could make more money at the end of the day because maybe the dollar goes up in value relative to the yen, and that's like me actually getting more money to spend in my country in Japan. Or it could go down, that's like me getting less money, and now I don't have the money to actually pay for all of my expenses. So, understand that there's a lot of international FX market going. That's a big piece of it, and they're constantly trying to hedge as different things are happening in the market. So that's just just a little tidbit of information for you there if you weren't aware that that's how the commercial FX usually plays out. That's what the large majority of it is. And so with that in place, we know we got USD yen going on. And what else did we have come out this morning? We had the SMB had their chairman come out and talk. So we can look at that over here. And we can see that moved on down on that news. Not really the main focus of one of our main trades. The other news report we had come out was the advanced GDP here in the U.S. And it is the most important number, and it was worse than expected. So that number came out. The market was sort of doing okay and oscillating a little bit on that. And, when the market finally did release the number right there at 8:30, it decided that, not good. But, it was pretty much heading down after the close anyway, and that just further exasperated the issue and drew the market on down. They thought the GDP would come in at 3.1 here in the U.S. It came in at 2.5, and there's three GDPs. So you have your advanced GDP, okay, which is the first release GDP. Usually has the biggest impact. Then you have your preliminary and your final GDP. So And this is the one that you really want to always pay attention to. So you want to find that first release. That is the one that's going to move the market more than the other GDPs are. And so if you're going to trade them, you can do something like a straddle or a strangle over on Nadex. And so let me pull that up. I'll show you what I'm talking about right there. But we got the, if you haven't checked out the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer, you can go over and look at that. But you could go in before any major news announcement. And you could say, you know what, I want to do some news, so let's go here. I'm going to do just a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio on the US yen. And then I could go in and I could pick, try to find a spread that's going to work for me. So like 97.90 to 98.90, and then find another one with 97.90. There we go. And so I could come in before a major news announcement like GDP. And a lot of times I'll trade dollar yen on US news announcements. And that allows me to see the P&L graph. And as you can see right there, buy basically 8 ticks on one side, 12 ticks on the other. So basically I'm risking $20 on the trade. As long as the USD yen moves in 20 ticks before the end of this announcement, at the end of this expiration of this spread, then I make money on the trade. So it's a very, very simple way to trade spreads. And let me pull this up for you and help you out. But we got 100 points right there. And as you can see, Nadex ticks in 0.01. The tick value is $1. The US yen ticks in 0.01, but it's actually valued in yen because the quote currency is yen. And so, this makes it even easier. You don't have to deal with, well, how many, yen is that? And I mean, it's pretty easy. It's 98.90 to, 100 or whatever, or to 1. But you don't have to worry about, understanding all that FX stuff. But, anyway, so we got that piece, and then to open a ticket, you can do a few different things on the platform. You can go in and you could manually open it up, or you could automatically open it up using the Nadex spread scanner, okay? So if you use the spread scanner here that we have, it makes it, just a lot easier for you. And I'll open that up so you can see how that works. I had to re-log into my account there. And what you do right here up at the top, click on demo, okay, or live, whichever one you want to do. So while you're testing, of course, click on demo, click save. And then you can go over here and see, this is the spread I want, so I can click on that ticket. It'll open it right up. I didn't even have to go into the platform and find it. Go over here and click sell, and it opens it right up. And now, because if I'm going to do a straddle, that means I want both sides. So I want to open 2 tickets at once. I don't want to open one ticket, get around to opening the other. Why? Well, check this out. If I enter this ticket right now at 97.97, may or may not get filled on that. So I want to be able to go in and make sure I'm getting the live current price and at the same time. So I can click this, place order, click this, place order, in, filled, done, positions there. We'll be back right after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right there, folks. Welcome back to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so what I was going through with you is basically, how the spreads work, how to put them on, how to make it quick and easy there. And there's just so much movement going on. I mean, think about the yen. I mean, it's just been dropping. And so this isn't even just a news announcement. You can say, hey, it looks like it's at a great point to maybe do a trade here. And you could hop in and look at that trade. And so just to show you an example, like I have right here on the USD yen, last night I'm looking at this trade and it's coming in. Let's see, we'll look at it. And I'm getting set up. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? How's this the whole thing going to turn out? And I get a short, like right after, and then I get a long. And then the market finally decides to, dump on down. I mean, now this is after it's already pulled back some. But the announcement coming out right here about 12:30. So I could have done a straddle here. Well, I get another entry, and I'm like, this thing could pop back either way. I could literally do either one. Okay, and the thing moved plenty. Moved 30, 40 pips up and down, all that. It comes up here, I get another entry, and I could literally just put straddles on over and over and over again. So as long as I have plenty of time till expiration. So there's a lot of different ways to play this. We come into the morning session, yen starts picking back up again. So right here, 8:30 Central, whatever you go in, that's when the news is about to happen. Right? We talked about the USD yen, the advanced GDP. So right before that, you go on, you put on a straddle, Market moves up, market moves down. It does take its time. Usually you start seeing this movement, the big movement like we have right here. You usually start seeing that after. It's something I just noticed, trading these quite a bit, is it almost looks like it didn't move at all right between that and 9:30. Look at that. We got this range right here. And I'm going to throw on this. There we go. And so right there we have this like range where the market sort of stayed in going into that. And then what happens? Right at 9:30, then it starts breaking out of that range. It starts going back down, and then boom, morning range breakout. And you get a nice solid move down from 98 down to 97.50. You get a 50-pip move. That'd have been more than enough to have a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio on the trade, but you needed the time. So be careful on these 8:30 news trades because sometimes the yen really starts picking up, like I said, after the market opens. So you can get in before them. You can even get in after them if you want to. A lot of times it'll be cheaper. The implied volatility will go down. But, so it's, I want to, stir your thoughts, stir your mind, get some things going there on different ways that you can take advantage of these news trades. But you can hop in before or after. If you hop in before on the USD yen trades right there, and you can see there's the opening range. So I get that a little more accurately drawn for you. And then let's see here. And I'm saying and I'm using opening range as like pre-market, 8:30 to 9:30 between the. That's not technically your opening range, but between the announcement and the market open. So this is basically the post news right here. So it's flight up. You can see. I'm setting up for a short. I'm ready to go short. And then finally it does break down, but it waits. It literally waits until the market opens, and then I get the full break. And if I just would have done the straddle, right here, it's a little bit more difficult to, have that trade do everything I want it to do. So I need that time to be right. But, just start playing with them, demoing them, and you can learn a lot on how to do these straddles and strangles. And you can strangle the binaries, you can straddle the spreads, and you can figure out which one is going to work, for your trading style best. But look at that. We put that trade on right there. We're up $35 right now on it. I just randomly doing a straddle on the USD yen because it's so volatile. So, going on just since on the show. So, it's so volatile right there. The market's moving. But it's a pretty cool, pretty cool tools right there. And then, this one's way down. Now, what about for, profit and everything else? So I could go in, I could put my take profit in, and on the trade, per spread, what was my risk? And, so I got to look at all those pieces. Well, I had $10 risk on one side. And I had, looking at that 97, 82, $8 risk on the other side. So basically had $20 risk on the trade. I want to make, say, $40 a contract. Okay. So what I could do on the one right here that I bought, I could click here. I could change this to sell. And then just change my price to, say, 40 pips higher. Okay. So that'd give me, that's a 1-to-1. If I want to get out 1-to-1. Then if I bought at 98, I could sell at, 98.40, right? And let's just say I want to do 1-to-1 on a half. So we'll do 3. So we're out, we're happy. We've definitely made a profit no matter what happens on the other part. We hit place order right there. Okay. And now that I've done that, I could go in and maybe I set this one at 2-to-1. So at 98.80 for the other two. And then hit place order. And now with that done, you can actually see my order sitting over here waiting, pending to be filled, actually in the depth of market. All right, stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit. And on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can't use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So hopefully you're picking up a couple things on those straddles and strangles, and if this is, you're going, well, I don't know, what's the benefit there? The benefit is, I don't care what direction the market goes, okay? So it can go in either direction, as long as it goes more than, my risk on one side or the other, and I'm able to make money. So, and how much can I lose? Well, I can't lose more than my risk. So, we were $35, now we're up $50 on the trade, USDN's moving, it's great. And so, literally there's a lot of ways you can place it. And if you're bullish bearish going into the end, you could close it down right now. You can take your profit and then let the other one, fall. So, but we've already made, we had $8, only $8 risk on that short one. Okay. And we've already made $55. So we're way up. So we've already more than covered the risk on the other side. And that's made the trade very, very profitable. And we'll just, keep going and see how it works. But let's see here. So we got that piece. You understand that. Understand how that works. What do we have coming up? I want to go into the news that's coming out. And the news that we can check out right here is... Let's see. I want to look at what we got coming up this weekend. And nothing tomorrow on the docket. Everybody's taking the day off. We got Japan and Canada are taking the day off. They have a bank holiday on Sunday. Be aware of that. After all this yen movement, you're gonna slow down. Okay, so they're gonna have a Showa day. Showa. I'm not quite sure how to say that, but SHOWA. And let's see. Chinese banks are gonna have Labor Day. Wow, they have Labor Day. They're gonna have Labor Day on Sunday. I don't know. Why am I shocked that they have a Labor Day? And then let's see here. Let's go on down and look at Monday. Pending home sales is coming out on the U.S. So there's a news trade for you to check out. It's a little lower because it's not as high of an impact report. But let me see if we get any impact. I mean, it's a higher impact report on the rating scale. And you know what? Looking over, it looks like it's a medium to impact, medium to high impact trade. So, it's one of those trades you can go in and do it. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. The yen has been so volatile, and they will be open on, yes, they will be back open on Monday. So, with all that going on, you probably still could get a nice move off of it. And then China, still on bank holiday. Let's see, and still doing Labor Day. So, on Monday. So, just be aware that, how long do they have Labor Day? Let's see here. Wow. They have like a Labor Day week or something. So, what do they have Labor Day on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for them. And then the party's over. So they have a 3-day Labor Day holiday. So, got to work the other 362 days of the year. But they do give them 3 days off. Anyways, check things out right there. But that sort of gives you your announcements for what's coming up on Monday with the pending home sales. And I'd be looking probably at USD yen, but I definitely want to give it the time. The nice thing is this announcement comes out after the market opens, so you get a little more activity on that trade. And a lot of times I get questions like, how do I take profits? So I want to take profits now. What do I do? And so, I mean, you could go in and, like, let's say on one of these contracts right here, okay? So we're up $70 on the trade, and I go here to working orders, okay? So click working orders right there. And where is my working orders? I'm zoomed in so much it could be a little hard to see it sometimes. Right there. Okay, now let's zoom on back in. And so I have my orders in here, and you can already see, so I can go and I can cancel them, I can leave them, I can do whatever I want. But I have my take profits sitting in. I don't even have the take profits put on the other side, but I can put them in there. But if I would have took that trade in, let's say I want to go, I want to take some of that money off. I only had $8 risk on this trade on one side, I had $20 on the other. And we have our take profit set pretty high. Let's go ahead and take profit on a couple of these right now. If I do that, that's going to basically exceed my risk in the trade. And so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to adjust this one. I have it at 2. I'm going to say, I'm going to get out now. So I'm going to click the current market price. It's going to update my price. I'm going to hit amend order. And instantly, I just took profit on part of the position. On the remaining position that's open, I'm up $45. So that let me lock in some of my profits. I basically locked in a $30 profit right there. And I had, like I said, $8 risk times 5. So I had a $40 risk on the other side of the trade. I could lock in more if I wanted to, but that just gives you an example of, if I want to get out now, if I want to amend my order, how do I amend my order on the platform? Another tip that's really helpful, a lot of people don't know about this, is under Settings, Preferences. So My Account, Settings, Preferences. Go down here and you can say, allow multiple ticket panels, or use a single. You want to say allow, and then click Set Preferences. By doing that, that's actually one of the ways that you can go in here and click this and open 2 tickets at once. If you don't have that, when you log in, under Settings, Preferences, then it'll say reuse a single ticket panel. And by doing that, then if I click a ticket and I click another ticket, it'll close it down. It'll just change it out for me. See that? Which is fine. That's sort of nice. You don't have to go close other tickets. So that's the benefit of that. But it's also annoying if you do want to open a few different tickets and look at them. You can do that. So I like to leave it over here at allow multiple. And then my favorite way to use the tickets, actually, though, out of all of them, of course, from the scanner, but the way that we're doing the scanner is the out-of-ticket window. So right here, tear off ticket. So by doing that, we have this up over here, and that will take care of that for you. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, so we got some nice profit in there. We'll let that trade sit there. Or we can, like I said, you can even go in and we'll close it out, lock in our, what would that be, I guess, now? If we had $30 profit, that'd be a $36 profit. And we could just shut it down. Looks like USD yen might want to be pulling back down. So we're going to close down our long right now. Okay. So we might be at a reversing point right here in the day. And if it does reverse off this, then we'll go in and we'll be able to take advantage of the short side now. So now what do we do on the short side? We have the short side ticket open. And on that ticket, we, have no pending orders. So if it goes down and we're in profit, we're back at break even. We just locked in a $70 profit on the trade. We give it all away. Well, that's not a good idea. So I don't just want to walk away. I want to set a take profit order. At the very least, since I'm already profitable on the long side, I'd love to get out of this thing at break even. I mean, wouldn't that be great? Because then the risk over here, the $40 I put up on this side of the trade, I get it all back. And now that literally is, another $40 back in my pocket that I've discounted out that was going to be gone. I have $70 more now no matter what happens. But if I kind of think I break even, now I have $130 additional more than what I expected to have at the end of the trade. So right here I could go in and I go, what price did I sell at? Well, sold at $97.82. So the average price I got filled at was $97.82 on the sell side. Well, I can't really buy back for that right now, but I could go in and put, well, if I can get out at $97.82, then that's great. And I just put place order right there. That'll make it a working order for me. If the market drops back down, which could easily happen, then I'm ready for it, and my order's there, and that's another $40 back in my pocket. I'm not requiring the market to go really, really far in order to allow that trade to be profitable. So if you have any questions on that, just let me know. I'm definitely here and available to take your calls. But let's see, right here, if you do have any calls, by the way, you can always call in right on our numbers right there on the website. And it's 877-927-6648. And if you're outside the U.S., you can even give us a call at 727-445-1044. And we're looking forward to Nadex being available to those outside the U.S. Right now, you're a direct member, and so you have to be a U.S. resident. But after that, once they get the FCMs on board, you'll be able to go in and take advantage of, everything that's going on with this, with the exchange, because you can go in and you can have low risk trades, high leverage trades, defined risk trades. You can put on trades that you can't get stopped out on, like that straddle trade. I'm going long and short, couldn't get stopped out of the trade. Made money in the matter of this show, $70, whatever, just placing a trade right there, so popping on up. And you'll see like what will happen is like if you have your balance up here and you put on a trade and whatever the risk is on that trade. So I'm just going to throw on a low risk trade just to show you the example of this. But if I went on and I bought this for $16, okay, they're going to subtract $16 from my balance immediately. So I do that, it's out. My risk and my margin are the same. Okay, so risk and margin are exactly the same on that trade right there. And then if I'm profitable on the trade, then what will happen? Yeah, so it's already ready it's working to get on out. If I'm profitable on the trade, then what they're going to do is they're going to put the money back into my account. So what does that mean? Well, in a futures account, let's say you have, $20,000 in there and you put up, we'll say $1,000 in margin. Now you have $19,000 available equity. And then let's say you have a $500 dollar draw. Now you have $18,500 in available equity. Well, here, so meaning it could go lower and lower and lower. Let's say the market goes 30 points against you. Now you're wiped out, whatever. Well, here, my balance isn't going to change. I'm not going to see a fluctuating P&L. Okay, in the sense of on my actual account balance. Now, there'll be a profit and loss on the contract, but all the risk on the contract is sitting here. It's not sitting in my balance. because both sides have to fully collateralize their trade. So I don't see my balance fluctuating up and down. At the end, I'll see it come down when I put on a trade because my risk has to be put up. And then if I come out of the trade, with partial profit or part of my risk, I didn't lose everything on the trade, or if I make money on the trade, then I'll see all that money credited back. The risk capital plus or minus any profit or loss credited back to my account. But this doesn't go up and down. Unlike you'll see, open P&L and everything else in a Forex platform. Whenever you're trading that, you'll have to deal with, you'll have your open position, your margin, like right here. I just want to show you this. So, you got all these things you're dealing with, right? And so here's your buying power. Here's your cash. Here's your unrealized profit and loss. Here's your floating profit and loss. Here's your current equity. Here's your margin. So you have all these numbers you're dealing with on what's real, what's open, how much margin is tied up. This right here, the margin is pulled out. Don't worry about it. It's 16 times 2, $16 risk times 2 contracts. So they pulled out the $32 out of my account, immediately put it over here. I don't have to worry about it at all. And I can't lose more than that no matter what. Not that I have to take that total loss. I could get out now and just take, a $7 loss on these 2, contracts or, whatever I want to do. So I could go in here and I could say, well, I want to sell out at what I got in at and, put that in at 16, hit place order. And now I could have a working order trying to, get me out of that contract at break even so that the market moves up. So, there's a lot of different things I can do, but I don't have to worry about floating P&L on my live balance, meaning that balance, no matter what happens, if I walk away from my computer, will not go lower than where it is right now. Now, my P&L on my position could go lower, okay? But my balance cannot go lower because I put up all my risk the moment I place the trade. So that's why I cannot get a margin call, because I will not be asked to put up additional money on the trade. My balance will not fluctuate. Now, it could go up because I could walk away and I could be profitable on the trade. I could take profit. I could, so it could go up. But when I come back a day later or a week later, my balance will not be any lower than where it is right now unless I initiate a new position. But my current positions will never bring my balance down into negative territory once they're entered. So, and I hope that's making sense. So if I have 200, whatever the amount right here, so I have this amount. If I have $5,000 in my account, I put up $100 risk to place a trade. I have $4,900 in my account. The $100 risk is over there. No matter what happens, I cannot see that balance go below $4,900. Okay? Unlike in futures, I could put up $1,000 in margin, have $5,000 in my account, and I could see that account go to zero or negative 5,000. So, you're in gold, long, and all of a sudden the market goes down 100 points. And you had $5,000 in your account, you put up $1,000 margin to place a, gold trade. 100 points is $10,000. So, you're down $10,000 if your position wasn't closed for you by the broker, wasn't closed by you. Let's just say they were nice and they closed it when it hit that margin level, and they were able to because it didn't move too fast. Now you have $1,000 left in your account. You start with $4,000 in your account with $1,000 margin. In this case, you can do the exact same trade, but you don't have to worry about your balance shrinking after your trade is entered. All right, stay right there, folks. We'll be back right after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So again, make sure you do register over there at TFNN. If you want to get access to the spread scanner, hop on over to our website at TFNN, check that out, get your Nadex account, and we look forward to seeing you in Boston. Let's go and do a quick market wrap for you right now, where everything's going and what's going on. And we got the S&P pulling back a little bit at the moment. And I'm down 4 points right now. We got the NASDAQ down 9.5. We have the Russell down 5.7. The Dow's down, or up 3 at the moment. We have gold down 8 points. We have silver is down about 1% on the day. We got copper down almost 2%. Oil is down 54 cents, with corn down 4.5 and soybeans up 5.5. Euro dollar currently up 17, with pound dollar up 54. Aussie dollar basically flat on the day, just up 6 pips at the moment. And all the yen currency pairs pulling back from their lows. Euro yen down at $1.36, pound yen down at $1.22, US yen down at $1.13, and US Canadian down $1.32, with the U.S. franc down 28. So dollar is sort of, let's see, how do I put it? Basically, it's weaker across the board. And weak dollar, weak market. So there's some interesting, not everything, but interesting overall is how the dynamics and the correlations are shifting. People always want to find those correlations, but those correlations, they work until they don't. It's about the easiest way I could put it for you. But, literally, they work until they don't. So, which in some ways is completely obvious, but at the same time, it's one of those things we always want to find those rules that always work in trading. And there are things that do work consistently. They're based on actual price action, market dynamics, and they work on all time frames. But we always want to try to add in more and more and more and more things. And you really got to build it less on your indicators and more on, just the chart, the analysis of the chart. And let those price action patterns, I like to simplify it down to one pattern, but there's a lot of patterns that are great to use. And I found one simple one that sort of ties into them, but I have to add a few things in to filter it and tighten my stops along with it. And but most of the things are built on, again, the price action and what the price is actually doing. And let's see here. So let me wrap up. We'll do a few deviation levels for you real quick before we finish on up. And looking at this right now, we got the U.S. yen down to right there on the day. And I was on the air this morning with Tommy during the Bull Bear binary. We're talking about that and how there's definitely some room for the yen to move down going into next week. But on that 2 deviation day, that's basically that's 98% of expected move for the day. So definitely a point to be tightening your stops. And if you would have done so, and the method I teach is to tighten your stops literally, you could do 1, 2, but I like to do 5 on most things. 5 ticks above the high right there. So 5 ticks above there, the bar that closes below. And if I'm not stopped out, then I can tighten it again. But, for example, here's a perfect example. Let me show you this one, and it'll probably be the last thing before the music starts to play in there. So let me pull it up and show you how this works. So right here, okay, notice this bar, okay, closes below the deviation level. This bar then closes above it without stopping me out, because remember my stops can be like 5 ticks, so it's going to be like right up here. It's right there. Well, this bar moves up, doesn't stop me out. And then a subsequent bar, after it closed above, a subsequent bar closes below it, which is this bar right here. This one closed at it, but I want below it. Close below it. I can move it down, and now move my stop down 5 ticks right here. Now I'm waiting on the next to close below. This bar closes below. So now I'm going to move my stop down again because of this bar down to here. Market moves a little bit, pops back up. I'm out of the trade. Done. And now I don't expect the market to do much of anything going into the close after that happens. All right, we all have a great day, safe day. We'll see you Monday.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.